Taco Webb is back. Man, you talk about a game, man. You talk about a tale of two halves. Bama, we were 50-50 at best fan base if we could win that game. We were nervous. We knew Potville was a dynamic quarterback. He had all the confidence. They had Johnny come lately up in there with Johnny Manziel, wearing the Potville jersey and flooding him with confidence. Like I said, the Doors fans showed up in droves. We were a little nervous. We get the ball, drive down the field. We're inside the 20. Ty Simpson throws a pick. They drive it all the way back, gashes for a massive 20, 25, 30-yard run. Boom, touchdown. We get the ball, 3 and out. Boom. And Bama fans were all getting nervous. We're like, oh, man, come on, defense. Vanderbilt drives the ball again. They're dinking and dunking. They're throwing shovel passes, which us Bama fans are about to have an aneurysm over. And we're like, oh, my God, just defend the run. Defend the shovel pass. It's 7-zip. They're inside the 15. They're going to score. The way they're driving the ball on us, they're going to score. And like I said, they're about to go 14 up on us. About to go 14 up, and we stripped the ball. It was huge. This was one of the pivotal moments of the game for us. Stripped the ball. Like I said, they're about to go up 14. We drive down, and we score. It's big, 7-7. It's pretty big. Like I said, they were about to go up 14-0. They get the ball back. They drive the field again. Can't defend the shovel pass. We're over pursuing Potvia. He's getting run lanes that are open. We're not defending the gap coverage on him. They drive down. Boom, score a touchdown. Up 14-7. Man, we're Bama fans. We got about 50 seconds left. Kalen DeBoer called a timeout. And I'm like, why is he calling a timeout on that previous drive that we did not score? He some of the play calling, we ran Ty Simpson twice. Like, what are we doing? We got a good quarterback. Let him throw. We have 50 seconds left, and all of us Bama fans, we're a little dicey, a little nervous because they're going to get the ball. Vanderbilt's getting the ball after halftime. So we have 50 seconds left. Amazing drive, amazing play calling, amazing blocking by this offensive line. We don't give the offensive line enough credit for this game because they really blocked their asses off. They did a great game. They blocked a great game, had a great scheme. We drive down the field with 17 seconds left. Boom, Bernard, touchdown. So we're all tied up at halftime. We come out. They don't score. We come back. And like I said, we're 14-14. So we drive down several drives. And the way it was, to me, it was a little concerning, like I said, but we scored, several field goals and didn't score touchdowns, and we're like, oh man, because, at that point it's 17-14, then it's 20-14, then it's 23-14, which we're feeling good. Bama fans are feeling pretty good, but we're still nervous. I'm not going to lie to you because, we're getting in the red zone, but we're not scoring. And they can always score. But hats off to this defense, man. They played their butts off. Like I said, another crucial moment. They even before we were scoring, they were driving. They were driving the ball, and they were inside the 10, and Jefferson picked it off. That was a massive play for Bama. Absolutely massive. And let me give credit to this receiving core. I don't think people give enough credit to this receiving core top to bottom. Even guys like Lotzer Brooks or Rico Scott, who's not getting a lot of catches, but the ones they get are critical, and they are grabbing that damn ball like their life depends on it. Ryan Williams, 98 yards today. Bernard, superstar. Isaiah Horton. You can't say enough about the contributions of Isaiah Horton. The guy's a stud, absolutely a stud, and huge. It was just a lot of times we knew because Vanderbilt's third down conversion ratio was one of the best in the country. We had to win on third down. We had to get pressure on him, even if it wasn't a sack, to make him think, to kind of get in his face, to make him stay in that pocket so that he doesn't have the option of the shovel pass. He doesn't have the option to dink and dunk it. He doesn't have the option just to run and take off running. And hats off to King Womack. He called a great game, and it was a different defense in the second half. He sat there and ran that 4-3 like a boss. He ran a 4-3 defense and shut him down. And it was absolutely amazing I mean, it was just so it. I mean, it was, they had a lot. I will say this: Bama's defense bent, but they didn't break. I mean, they had a decent bit of trips inside that red zone that we stopped them. And let me grab my notes here. And it was just, I mean, I don't think enough people give credit to Ty Simpson. He's among the best quarterbacks in the SEC. He had a 75% completion percentage in this game. I mean, that is so understated that we're not saying these things. He is doing amazing, and just from where we've come from the first week until now, playing great teams. I mean, we're playing amazing teams. And so I just don't think you can understate it. I mean, let's look at some of the stats on this game. Ty Simpson had 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, only 1 INT. And that was, I think, the first one he's had all season. I mean, that's unheard of, playing the competition he's played and doing what he had to do. I mean, he was 23 of 31 for throwing. That is amazing. Amazing. And he probably could, if a few guys would have caught some more balls, he had probably been like 28 of 31. I mean, I'm serious. Like, it was amazing. Ron Williams had 98 yards. Jam Miller had 136 yards and 1 touchdown. I said that was going to be big. I said the body blows were going to be big early in the week because you had to run. You had to run that clock. A big key for Bama was running that clock to the point where they were off the field. They didn't have a choice. They didn't have a chance to come back. They didn't have a chance to try to rally. And then when they did, they played desperate. I mean, that was so understated. I mean, we had time of possession was 37 minutes and 23 seconds. I mean, that's almost 2/3 of the game. I mean, that's huge, huge to be able to run and have that confidence and just run that clock and get that. And yeah, we didn't have massive runs, but Jam Miller, I mean, it was understated the way he was pass blocking. I mean, he would come in and Ty Simpson would change the play or the coverage and the blocking scheme right on the line of scrimmage. And that's why he would come down to, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, he's snapping the ball. And he was coming in on run coverage and doing amazing things. I mean, let's look at some more stats in this game that were just understated, right? Total yards. Vanderbilt had 333. Yeah, we gave up some yards. They're a good team. I mean, they were a very good team, and you're going to see that as the year goes by with them. We had 486 yards. Huge. 136 from Jam Miller was it's understated how big that was. Turnover margin. We had 2. We got 2 on them. They had 1 on us. First downs. I will say Vanderbilt had a good bit of first downs. They had 17 first downs to our 25. Penalties. This was another big one I think that was understated on us. We only had 3 for 30. They had 5 for 52. This was another big one I think for us, and it's still Vanderbilt did well, but we did way better. Not way better, but we made it happen when it counted. Right. Third downs was closer than I thought it was. We had 7 of 15. They had 5 of 11. Now, this was another understated stat. A fourth down conversion rate, they were 0 of 1. We were 2 of 3. Big. That was big because that sustained drives and time. And then like time of possession. They had the ball 22 minutes. 22 minutes they had the ball. We hit it 37, almost 2/3 of the game. That was absolutely understated. And I called it. I said, we got to win that time of possession. We got to be able to run the ball late in the game. We got to get those body blows first and second quarter because it's going to pay dividends in the fourth quarter. Their asses were gassed, and you saw it. And that's why we were able to do those things. Another big play that I think people think's funny, but was big. We had a 4th and 1 or a 3rd and 1 late in the game. And I said it another week. I think I'd like to see Caden Proctor run the ball like a fullback or running back. They gave it to him, and he just blew up linebackers like me on the toilet after Thanksgiving, like diarrhea, just blew it up. I mean, I think that was just massive. And just the poise these guys are playing with right now, you can't understate it. The calm, cool confidence. You don't run your mouth. You get out there and you ball. You do what you got to do. The run game is picking up. I mean, don't get me wrong. We got a murderer's row coming up. Mizzou ain't gonna be no walk in the park, and neither is LSU, neither is Ole Miss, neither is Auburn, neither is Oklahoma. We know what we got, right? But with that being said, we're creating that foundation of confidence. That foundation, we got that quarterback, we got that guy. Going in to more SEC play, he's just building that confidence. And I think DeBoer trusts him. I mean, look how many checks he's doing at the line of scrimmage, how many times he's changing plays, he's changing pass protection, run protection. I mean, all this stuff is understated. Some of the catches to Cuevos, big. Getting those tight ends in that game. Uh, you just can't understate the transformation this team is going through. Like, yeah, they're not perfect, but who is perfect? But just that where they've come from Florida State to where they are now is just, it's a different team. I mean, if you think I'm crazy, go look at Florida State's game last night against Miami. Tale of two different teams. And like I said, I'm fine everybody overlooking us. I'm fine nobody looking at Ty Simpson and giving him credit, because we're just going to keep quietly winning, which is fine with me. And just hats off to the Bama Nation, the fans showing up being classy. Hats off to the Doors fans showing up, being confident, coming down to Tuscaloosa. I mean, great atmosphere, great environment on Saturday. I wish I could have been there, obviously, but I unfortunately live in Montana right now. But it was amazing and just phenomenal, and just from what they did from half to half was amazing. I had a friend, Derek. He sat there talking about how horrible they were, and I'm not gonna watch this nonsense. And I'm turning the TV off. I said, "Look, it's 7-14. Hang on, it's a two chin strap game, and you brought a lunch pail. It's an old blue collar game. Hang on." Like I said, and I will say this: credit to Vanderbilt, because the end score was not indicative of how close it was to the fourth quarter. So, hey, way to get a grimy, nasty, just hardcore win, Bama. Way to do it. Keep it going. Hats off to the coaching staff. Hats off to Kane Womack for changing up in the second half, figuring out what was going wrong and just knocking it out of the park. All right, let's get ready for next week. 24-hour rule, baby. Let's get after it. Roll Tide, y'all.